You know an election is coming when your suburb gets plastered with corflute signs on every corner with smiling faces of people you've probably never heard of but will be expected to vote for. But wherever there are campaign signs, there is invariably some smartass with a sharpie who fancies themselves as an amateur Picasso. Defacing candidate corflutes is as much a part of the election process as polling day bake sales, and it comes in two distinct varieties. The first and worst is political sabotage, which is where the supporters of one candidate in an electorate drive around the streets ruining their opponent's signs. Or sometimes they just steal them altogether.
Is that you?
I don't know.
Does that look like you?
I don't know.
Let's zoom it in.
It's up for you.
But I'm just asking your opinion. Does that look like you? Your hat?
A hat? I'm not a big hat person.
The second kind also comes at a cost to the candidate who gets their sign ruined, but it's a lot funnier for the rest of us. I'm talking about comedic graffiti, which obviously I don't condone. Seriously, don't do it. But here are some common examples. The toothbrush mustache. Like, I get that this doesn't require much artistic ability, but just don't do it. The disturbing rise of very real anti-Semitism is a huge problem in the country right now. Don't add to it. It's not funny to compare Australian politicians to Hitler. A vampire with glasses, on the other hand, now that's something we can all get behind. And is it just me, or does this version of Liberal candidate Damien Kelly look a little familiar? I can just picture him on election night. 1, 2, 3 votes for me, ha ha ha. But maybe this is no laughing matter.
Well, I think that people will have other things to do, more important things to do. It's ridiculous and disrespectful.
Well, it depends which poster they're doing, quite honestly, doesn't it? I mean, if they're doing it for a candidate that I don't like, I say, yay, that's great. But if they're doing it for one that I like, I say, oh, that's bad, you shouldn't be doing that.
Sounds reasonable. To be fair, most of it is pretty average. I'm no art critic, but the devil horns and goatee combo is getting a little tired. And the punters down in Scarborough agree.
Disappointed that the parties dump on each other and bring out all the negatives. To talk about their own positive actions to come, not what the other party should be doing.
Now, surely you're not surprised by this tactic?
Not at all, but, it's worse than a kindergarten. These people just need to grow up.
I don't like Liberal or Labor or Greens or anybody, so I'm kind of struggling a bit, really.
In other news, WA Health Minister Jade Sanderson gave us more proof that politicians should stay far, far away from sport.
All right, let's have a go. Don't laugh. I've got terrible hand-eye coordination. Oh, no. No.
Sanderson now joins a long list of pollies embarrassing themselves with their lack of sporting prowess. Who could forget this from former PM John Howard?
So he can't bowl, but I hear he's a good catch.
I know Howard was a cricket tragic, but that was a little too tragic. But arguably, the best political sport blooper of all time was old mate Scott Morrison at the last federal election. Let's see that again from a different angle. That never gets old. To Sanderson's credit, she prefaces her netball shocker with the admission she has no hand-eye coordination. You know what else she hasn't been able to coordinate? Getting ambulance patients into hospitals. When it comes to issues that are shaping the state election, health is near the top of the list. Let's hear what Liberal leader and Shadow Health Minister Libby Mettam had to say today about the government's decision not to move forward with a new maternity hospital at the QE2 site in Nedlands.
But are you trying to scare young families into thinking about this issue differently rather than, as the government's business case puts, it's a better location financially?
The government's business case does not put that. The government's business case talks about the clinical risk associated with the QE2 site.
The debacle around the new maternity hospital and the perceived clinical risks of the FSH site is yet another black eye for the Cook government when it comes to health, and a great way for Mettam and the Libs to score points. Maybe they need to give Sanderson some tips.